Hello everybody, welcome. Just making sure we are all good. I think we are. Okay. Well, let's strap in. Okay, we have a few quests that we just picked up last time. From the Shady Rest Inn, there were 3 quests over there. So we scoured for evidence on the floor in the burnt out inn, and we found that there were some hoof prints, a black shield, and we also found a Theramore Guards badge from one wreath. And I've just noticed on the map a yellow dot has appeared, and now this is someone we were trying to find earlier. It looks like we may have found the ogre that we heard so much about from our high elf friend who shared a hungry quest with us. It looks like he's ever here. Oh my gosh, yes, he is. Mudcrush Dirtfeet is here in his little lean-to with a nice little campfire. I was going to look to see if we can cook anything up here with him, but no. Mudcrush.
Give me food up. Me eat you. Me like fishy head. Me no eat you now.
Oh, cool. So some Dirtfeet Stompers. 9 spirit. I mean, they have none of the stats we really want. Spirit's fine, actually, but strength, no way. Let's complete the quest anyway. Thank you. Okay, well, actually, you should be thanking me, but that's fine. That's fine. What is this? Another light. Don't follow the light, Gennal. Don't. But I think if we do... Oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but let's follow the lights and see. There's another lean-to here as well. Oh my gosh, this is a horde encampment. That's what's going on. Yeah, let's explore this area. What's going on here as well? Is that some sort of... There's something coming out the ground here. Brackenwool Enforcer, some ogres. So is this like a horde area? I mean, question mark seems to suggest it is. Some... Oh, a turmoiled grave. Look at this. Okay, there's nothing here. Oh man, I wish that we could get something from this, but although there's a cog here, it doesn't look like we can do anything. Maybe this is horde only? Who knows? But exploring definitely gets you somewhere in Turtle Well. Right, let's keep going. I think we'll head this way. Yeah, so these Brackenwell Enforcers, question mark level. I think we need to stay away from them. It's quite interesting though. In lore, I believe, you have certain characters like the... God, I can't remember his name, but the half... I think it begins with Rexar. That's the one. Half ogre, half orc. Doesn't he bring the ogres on side or something to help out the horde? And so it was always thought that ogres, would or should be a playable race perhaps to help out with the hordes. Oh, there's some, I think, ogre sign here that we can't read. Alright, what else do we need? So we had this special package. Oh, so that was actually in... yes, let's go do that now. Because that one is in... No, actually, what am I talking about? That's in Tanaris. We will wait before we go to do that. But for now, we're going to head straight back to Theramore, and we're going to cut across country to do that. None of this following the roads anymore. Gennal feels confident that she knows this area somewhat well. Actually, before she does that, she's realised on her map there is an area called Lost Point here that she hasn't actually been to, despite passing nearby it a few times. So that will be her location, first port of call, let's say. Look at these as well. God, there was some sort of battle here. We have these pili all over the place, fired by the looks of it from here. So what we have going on here is we have Theramore deserters, and we have Balos Jackin. There's a cool one-sided spauldron. Anything to say? Anyone to talk to us? Doesn't look like it. There's a food crate in there. Lots of Theramore deserters. How interesting. I love this, just this colour they have. The story, the extra bit of world building. Yeah, it's really nice. Definitely adds a lot to the game to have just random areas that feel nice to explore, adds to the story, adds to the whole fact that, you know, Theramore are neutral, ostensibly, and they are, and yet there's disagreements within the Theramore peoples, so much so that some of them are deserting to form a separate faction, let's say. I don't know if it's a separate faction, but to form an offshoot that actively does fight against the Horde. Yeah, I like that a lot. Now, I want to head down south a bit. No, I don't. They're elites. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to head over straight to Theramore Isle as previously planned. And before we do that, I'm going to find a nice tree to hide behind, just so I can go and get a drink very quickly, and then we'll kick back and relax. Okay, 1 second. Let's continue. It was raining earlier in the swamp in Dustwallow Marsh, and it sounded lovely. There's some very nice ambience. I appreciated it a lot. I thought it might be too loud to stream with, but when I tested it, it was perfect. Something I tend to do is when I'm working, when I'm concentrating, when I'm reading, I like to have background noise going on. And one of those sort of things I like to have is Harry Potter Gryffindor common room ambience. 24 hours. Other things I like to have are, sort of a rainy day or old game music that I enjoy. And I don't know, those sort of things are the nice backgrounds and they're conducive to focus. I find they don't take away from it. In fact, they add to it. So I thought to myself, maybe the in-game rain would be a little bit like that for some of us. What is this? A zeppelin that has gone down. Oh my gosh. Alright, should we take these? Because I think they're a bit of a nuisance, aren't they? Let's get some distance. Alright, let's pop this down. It's our first encounter of the day. The Gennal. Another successful Frost Nova. Oftentimes, I'm not sure if this is true, but are there not quests in every location to kill every beast? I bet you that's not true. I'm not going to make a bet on that, actually, but I don't think that's true. However, if it was, I would expect that maybe we'd find a quest to kill some swamp oozes somewhere around here. But this person, a goblin warlock, question mark, is over in this area. Do they have a reason? Zeppelin cargo, I've just found it. What is this? I mean, I don't see any reason for us to be here, but... Okay, I'm guessing, once again, this must be a horde quest. As Moxie Seal Grill is here with a box we can open. Well, I think we found 2 hidden areas that are just not accessible by Alliance. How annoying. How annoying, but also fantastic world building once again. More Zeppelin cargo. Well, let's see if there's anything in this one. I'm not going to kill her. I reckon it will give us... It may give us another dishonorable kill. And Gennal isn't dishonorable despite having 1 to her name. No, this must be a horde zone. Alright, we will jump across the bay then. Oh. Come on, Tommy. Nice, good. Look at that. You can see the masts of some ships. Look at this. I'm hated with Duratar Labour Union. What are the goblins called? I wonder. Careful, Gennal. There's a young merc thresher there. And they seem to enjoy what I know. Enjoy eating turtles. Muckshell Macra. Don't look down, guys. Oh god, don't swim down either. something I was thinking the other day as well is we haven't done, or Gennal hasn't come across or thought to do the Stranglethorn Vale quest. Like, no one has led us there. So it doesn't make sense for us to go there, but I just thought to myself, actually, you know, a very well-known leveling area in Classic would be interesting to see how it's been developed for Turtle WoW. But, you know, we play the role of Gennal, and Gennal hasn't had anything to lead her there, so there's no reasonable reason to go there. So let's continue as we are. So Colonel Breen, we're here. We have found some interesting things for you at the Shady Rest Inn. But you don't want to know about that. Go talk to someone else. Okay. We have some other quests though. Dalen's Brigade, you have done well. Their actions could have caused chaos for us, should their plots and ploys come to fruition. Take these coins as thanks for us here in Theramore. You've kept Theramore safe. May honour follow you. Alright, thank you. Blackthorns have also been dealt with. Each day the Blackthorn are left to their devices. Another day more of our our patrols may be ambushed. You've done well. Their actions could have sown chaos in the Legion. Here, take these coins as thanks from us here in Theramore. No problem. Not a problem. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like us to do, Colonel. Right, I think that there are some other quests. Not up here, but I want to see what this thing is. So I just realised that maybe there's like a notice board somewhere that has some people for us to kill. I reckon inside here will be the Captain Garen Vimes. There we go. So I believe you have to kill Captain Garen for the Shady Rest Inn questline. So we'll do that next. Oh, Trauma Surgeon too.
How are you?
Okay, so that's interesting. So you can do the trauma surgery quests here to become a expert, I believe, first aider. Or you can simply buy the book now from from Stromgarde. So we did that instead. So unfortunately we missed that little game that we could have done with the trauma surgeon. Captain Garen Vimes, we've investigated the Shady Rest Inn. We found a few bits and pieces there that we have brought back for you to investigate further. So firstly, we found Lieutenant Pavel Reith's badge. It's never good news when a guard's badge is brought to me. Sometimes it's a man or a woman who's fallen in battle, and I'm left to bring the news to the grieving family. Other times we find out what's happened to them, and other times it's even worse than that. I don't recognise the name of Lieutenant Pavel Reith. Your best bet would be to check with Adjutant Tezeran. He keeps track of all the records for the Theramore Guard, from personnel to their equipment. He should be able to tell you who this Reith is with a quick check of his books. Okay, we'll do that. Secondly, we found this black shield. I'm no expert, but the construction of arms and armour. Their use, yes, but not their making. This shield seems as ordinary as any, except in the damage from the fire that engulfed the inn. Sorry I can't be of much help, Gennal, but I can refer you to someone who would be. As Two-Sprocket, one of the best blacksmiths, works the forge at the smithy. Take the shield to him and see what he can tell you.
Be careful.
We'll do that. And thirdly, we found some suspicious hoof prints. It is true there is an extraordinary amount of centaur activity in the lands near Dustwallow Marsh, and brief excursions into the barrens. We found their camps and holdings dotting the area. I'll send out Falgren Hastil, one of our trackers, to see if he can find where the tracks lead.
Go with honor, friend.
Okay, do that. That's quite interesting. Falgren is someone that I think we came across yesterday.
What can I do for you?
Near the Shady Rest Inn. So this is Lieutenant Pavel Reed. He is the person who takes care of all the equipment and all the other logistics, it seems like, for the Theramore Guard. Hello, Gennal. You'd like information about a specific member of the Theramore Guard? Reith, was it? Just give me a moment to find the right book. Red Path. Ah, here it is. Lieutenant Pavel Reeve. Joined the Thermal Guard along with most of the recruits that came across the sea with Lady Proudmoore. Enlisted with the Marines of Culturas at the age of 16. Distinguished service, promotions. Yes, listed as missing. Okay, we will head back and tell Captain Garen of what you've told us. Thank you, Tesseran.
Light be with you.
Right, we found out a bit more. Missing. That would be Tesseran's kind way of saying traitor. No doubt he's one of the fools so blindly loyal to Admiral Dalen that he turned traitor. Isn't that a delicious irony? The deserters accuse us of betraying the Alliance. It's been a struggle maintaining a presence in the marsh, but through strength of our resolve, we've been able to maintain several defensive watchtowers throughout the area. The latest information and scouting reports have received indicate that a group of deserters has squatted in our abandoned tower at Lost Point, southeast of the inn. The deserters' leader is a man named Jackin. See if you can get some information out of him. Be warned, Gennal. He may be a tough nut to crack.
Light bless you.
Well, interestingly, we just came across him as well. We'll crack that nuts, don't worry. I like this though. So many different quests around this area. Right, so next we have 3 quests to hand in. One is to the blacksmith here, and the other 2 are to this guy here, Jarl. So we'll go and do that after we've been to the blacksmith. Right, the blacksmith, I believe. We'll try around this area first. I know there's a lumber mill here somewhere. Yeah, a bit further around then. So Kaz Two-Sprocket. I'm guessing Kaz is a gnome. Sounds like a gnomon. Gnomon? Sounds like a gnome name. Gnomon name. I like that. Kaz, we've been told to talk to you about a blackened iron shield. Interesting piece of iron you have here. Definitely not made by any of the blacksmiths I know on this side of the sea, and it's certainly not my work. I almost missed this. The leather strap in the back must have burned off, but it seems like it was made to fit a large person. I'd guess a Tauren, actually. That's about all I can tell you. Tell Captain Vimes I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. That was helpful, actually. Okay, we've narrowed down the search of the culprits. And we do know that we have had some issues with the Tauren of this area. And we've killed a number of them already. Okay, let's just sell a few things. Clear our bags. I didn't realise how full they are. Jade, definitely keep that. We need that for our own purposes. Because Gennal loves gems, and she's building a collection of them in her bank. Okay, a few more things. Some white spider meat. I want to keep that, actually. Gennal's been cooking up a storm of spiders recently, so... Oh, definitely keep those greater healing potions. Pop those over here. Right, I think we're good for now. At some point we're going to have to do we're going to have to really spend a whole day cooking. Clear these bags a bit further, but not for now. Right, back to Garen Vimes. Perhaps, what I'm getting so far from this quest is that maybe... I mean, this cannot be the case. I was going to say the traitors and the Brackenwall people are working together. I don't know if that's the case. It can't be, because the traitors have gone off so that they can fight more of the horde. Maybe instead, the traitors being the deserters, maybe instead the deserters burned it down and put some, I don't know, some clues in place to make it look like it was the Taurens, and therefore to provoke the people of Theramore to become hostile to Horde. I don't know.
Well met.
Garen, we have talked to Kaz, and they think that the shield is owned by a Tauren. There's not much information to work on, but we'll have to keep in mind. We'll have to keep it in mind. Hopefully some of the other pieces of this mystery will fall into place and paint a more helpful picture of what happened.
For the Alliance.
I hope so too. We'll now head over to the Lost Point. Okay, let's do that. Oh, bit too far. That blink went overshot a little bit there, Gennal. Still have to practice some of these arcane spells. You're very advanced with your frost abilities, but still trying with the arcane. Fire, totally different story. You've only got one fire spell that you actually seem to be able to use reasonably well. The rest, it's all, it's a bit hit and miss. That's okay. Practice makes perfect. You've still a long way to go in your journey. I think before we begin our journey out of Theramore, we'll just make some bits and pieces, some lembas bread, mage juice, mana agate. Pop those in our bags. And now we're going to head north. Oh, gosh. I interrupted you there, Gennal. Now we're going to head north to Jarl at the Swamplight Manor. 25 gold. We still need 15 more in 21 bars so that we can get our riding skill ability. I'm not sure if that's going to occur. I don't think we have any wealthy friends either. So, let's take a look. It's quite nice though. A lot of these other quests in other areas have now opened up as being, well, changed colour to yellow. So once we've done some of these, I can't see there being another quest area apart from, no, not a quest area, but I think Jaina or that mage at the top of Jaina's tower, they may have a quest for us later. Maybe even now. I should have checked. Well, we're almost 39, so we'll check at that point actually. And then once you've checked that, we will... and once we finish these quests, we will head over back, I think, to Stromgarde. We haven't got the quest here. I did drop 2 of them. There's one quest at the Tower of Arathi, and the other one is just to kill a few more Stromgarde. What are they called? They're the Syndicate members. That's the one. So we'll clear that area up, and then we will move on from there, probably to Alterac, actually, the Alterac Mountains, to do these Stormwind quests. I mean, both of these quests actually, yeah, it's SM, and this one's to Desolus. So we have got 2 Desolus quests too. Swampy Jarl, we're here. We've got the things you needed for making some spider feasts. Oh, crap. Don't tell me that. No, soothing spices. We have 3 of them. I have all 3 spices for you here. Do you want them? Well, let's try handing in the extra juicy dark fang leg first. You wrangle up them spider legs. Remember to get the extra juicy ones. We checked, we measured the diameter of the legs. We made sure they were nice and juicy for you. Right, look at this here. You outdone yourself, truly. I haven't seen some dang nab spider legs this juicy in a few years now. They've been getting extra fat down there. Now we can have a real good meal. Absolutely. As I say, we made sure there were some juicy spider thighs, and we cut those ones off and brought them to you. These were select. Okay, we want to hand you some spices as well, but apparently you don't want them, despite us having them here. These soothing spices. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Let's have a look again. Yeah, we have 3 of 3. Let's drop the quest with him and see what happens. We can pick it up again. Alright, we'll pick it up. Aha! Solved. Okay, we have the spice. Ah, that's the spice. Now, here's some swampy good stew. 20 frog leg stew. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Ding. Well done, Gennal. Oh, you've got another quest for us. Eye juice is good juice for drinking. Too bad most critters only have 2 eyes. But spiders have lots of eyes. Lots and lots. And dark mist eye juice is tasty, smooth and salty. Unpopped spider eyes. I taste them already. Dark mist spiders are west of here. in the Dark Mist Cavern. You figure the spiders are named after the cave? Or is it the other way around? Well, you'd have to ask the locals of the area to understand why they're named such. Probably named after... That's true, they could be named after the cavern. And then spiders came in afterwards. I don't know. So we want to go to the Dark Mist Cavern, which is west of here. Okay, we'll do that, Swamp Eye. Is it Swamp Eye or is it Jarl? So all the way over there. Okay, so we can head there and then down to the Lost Point Tower. Let's do that. And actually, let's buff ourselves in the meantime, just in case anyone tunes in and tells us to do so. We have it already there and done. Sunday 1 messaged me with no type, so I would presume that they are an Asian friend. Let's just tell them, unfortunately, we're English speaking. Good to be polite. Maybe they also speak English. Oh, hello, Hollow. I'm so... Gennal is so envious right now of Hello Hollow and their 60% speed mount. I also noticed that I said we're. It's second nature for me to refer to myself in the plural form when on stream. Probably quite odd though for someone reading that to think, you know, who is this person? Do they have two heads? Is it two people playing? I'm sure they wouldn't think two heads necessarily as their first thought, but two people playing, they may think that. Oh, an abandoned Theramore infiltrator. Well, I won't tell anyone you're there. Gosh, I don't want to give away your position. But look at this. There's a few bits and pieces here. A spade. I don't know, is this like a rock, or is it like a tiny grave for don't say it, a baby? No, I don't know what that is. Can't be good though. I like this though, because we keep finding these random bits and pieces of story, you know, of colour to the area, world building all over the place. Abandoned sort of skulls, spades. Often we find like lumberjack axes as well. Yeah, very much adds to the mystique, the ambience of this area. Okay, so we are here. This is the Dark Mist Cavern. Yeah, we could actually invite this druid to join us. We also have a talent point to spend, which we'll do very shortly. Hey, group up. They're from China as well. Maybe they don't want to. Done. Okay, no problem. They're all done. We will start off though. Should we head inside? I mean, it's less room inside. I think if we want to do some AoE, it might be nicer to be around here. I'm going to presume this mage isn't going to attack us. If they do, we're going to be ready with Fire Shield. Yeah, let's stay outside, because what we can do is when they respawn, we'll do some AoE. Oh, we have one right behind us. Ah, good. So it's not one eye per spider, which makes sense. Spiders have many eyes. Are we seeing any more spiders around? Oh, he netted us. Ah, okay. Well, we're going to freeze you in that position there. How about that? GGG. G equals blink. Yeah, I feel like we could do some AoE round here more successfully than the Murlocs in the other area. As there are fewer people around. The only issue is that these spiders, they do net. So we have to keep our blink ready at all times. Oh god, alright, yeah. So let's do this. Into a blink. Into Blizzard. Fab. Netted again. We have very little mana, but we do have reagents, or rather consumables that we can use. So I'll do that. Okay, we're just going to soak up a bit of pain while netted to take out that spider too. No eyes from that spider. Goodness me. Gennal, you need to get a bit better at directing your frostbolts, your fire, all your spells, essentially. Not at the prize. So if we want eyes, don't destroy the spider's eyes. Just go for the legs, you know. Keep the torso there. So basically just sever those legs. Keep the torso in place. And I think that would be much preferable. Yeah, these quests won't take as long then. Alright, we have a recluse there. I wonder if he's going to... Yeah, he'll take that one. We will take the one up here. I'm sort of hoping one will spawn around here too. See if we can... Oh, there's nothing there. Alright, shall we head inside? I don't really like to when we're focusing on AoE. Gosh. But if we've got a friend... Hey, group up. If we had this friend though, that could be useful. Oh, they're hardcore. That sucks. As usual. My biggest gripe right now is that we can't tell instantly as to how someone is playing hardcore or not. If we could tell that in some way other than having to, you know, force it by inviting them, that would be useful. Okay, we've got two more here. Look at that. Let's blink away a bit. And then, oh gosh, I definitely did take my time rather just then. Well, we killed one of them. The other two aren't really having anything done to them with that Frost Nova. It's Arcane Explosion a bit. Would be lovely right now to have something else like a blink. We do have it available. Let's use our consumables. Put down a Blizzard. We have very low health. Just saying that out loud so I remember. It's bandaged now. Didn't work very well. We will shield. Is that going to help? Rah. It did not. Okay, poison is an issue. What we should do is go for Ice Block. We've got Ice Block, guys. That's what we've done. So no more of these silly deaths. Because Ice Block is something that Gennal now has learned. Right, where are we going to pop this? I'm going to have it as something on my mouse eventually. Let's think about what key we wanted it on. Where do we think? Let's pop it here and then have a think. So my defensive abilities, like the shieldings, are in shift 1, 2, 3, but actually my mouse, they're quite nice and comfortably placed. So control, I usually use that for mana or for health consumables. So we have our meditations here, evocate, mana agate, and then we have healing for control 5 and 6. Alt is a little bit different. Actually, for alt we have our AoEs. It looks like it should be a shift ability, but I think what I'm going to instead do is make it something standalone. Standalone. So the ice block will be sort of like, I don't know, tilde. Yeah, maybe tilde is alright. The one above tab, how about that? That could be a good one. I normally have that for something like the insignias of the Alliance or Horde. Let's try that out. Okay, I'll pop it there for now. We'll move things around later, but I'm also going to make it... Eventually, I'll pop it in as tilde off camera when I have time. By now, Gennal is exceptionally used to running, corpse running. It's a long process, but one in which she is well versed. She just wishes that she could, you know, those steps counted while dead. She often wears one of these pedometers, and she's realised actually it doesn't count any of her steps when she is corpse running, only when she's alive. Brumhill, wow, thank you, a hug from Brazil. I really appreciate that. Well, you can have 2 hugs back from England in the UK. That's very kind of you. Gennal also gives you a hug. Gennal, our high elf mage here. But it's a very ghostly hug right now, because clearly she is dead. So her arms pass straight through you. Is this another? No, this must be the same thing we saw earlier. Yeah, the same little story building area, leaving us to imagine what it is or who it was that left their tools there. Okay, almost back with the spiders. Let's also track the quest, just so we can keep our eye on the prize. Oh, there is someone here that we could potentially group up with. Let's invite them and see. Ah, no, they're a hardcore player. That's a shame. Well, in the meantime, let's make some reagents. Oh, this guy is suffering. It's a mage. They'll be fine. Unless they're me, in which case they may die. Come on, cast. Okay. That was a bit of a delayed reaction there. I'm looking forward to using Ice Block. What's the... So it's a 5-minute cooldown, and it also has... blocks all attacks and physical, both physical and magical for 10 seconds. 10 seconds is big. Okay, we'll take these guys. Start with the further one. Anything else? Anyone else? Oh, of course. Netted. Well, we will. Okay, turn and fight, Gennal. There we go. Blizzard, rain down stalactites on their multiple eyes. No, in fact, miss their eyes, please. We need to miss their eyes, as we need those intact to bring back to Jarl. Let's try it out. Alt 3. Oh, lovely. Look at that. God, that is pro. So if we were to, for example, Frost Nova... Oh, we can't break it easily. So if we wanted to break Frost Nova, we break that spell, we will have to learn how to do that as well. I guess set some sort of key for it. Is that what people do? Is that what pro people do? Is they set different keys for breaking their various... Oh my god. These debuffs are a pain. Yeah, they set keys for breaking the ice block. I bet that's what they do. And also for something like mana shield as well. Yeah, I'm beginning to think to myself, actually taking multiple of these mobs is going to be a pain because of their ability to poison. Big crits. I would also like to move around some of our talents so that Gennal has a bigger hit potential. Not hit potential, bigger crit potential with her Cone of Colds. Because we could increase that by 45%, which is massive. So I reckon that will be something to aim towards too. Right, let's head inside. You never know, we might... Oh my god, did that just ding? How come that spider just dung? Did you all see that as well? Uh-oh, LOS. So if we go a bit deeper into here, I'm wondering whether we'll find, I don't know, maybe an escort quest or some sort of other quest in here. So I definitely think it might be worth taking a small risk to head inside. But before we do, let's just meditate on our plan to going forward. Think more about it, think a bit more deeply. And now, Gennal, once you have rehydrated, very important for you to rehydrate. I think we previously hypothesized as to why drinking is important for a mage. And we hypothesized that essentially it's like exercise, you know, as you exercise, you become dehydrated, and to continue performing, you need to drink. And I believe that magic works the same way. You cast spells, you draw upon the hydration of your body, especially with frost spells, and that is what the cost is when you're casting a spell. Is that hydration of your body, and also around you, I think, as well. So drinking, very important. Doesn't seem to be anything special in here. So actually we're going to head back out. Oh, you netted me. Oh, naughty. Yeah, we'll head back out, and then we will at least then have the potential of AoEing some mobs. I believe it's this way. A lot of alliance around here, though. Just keeping an eye out for other spiders too. Can't seem to find any. Also, the drop rate of these eyes is a little bit low. I think I was drawn in at the beginning by getting 3 off our first mob. Oh, it's another 3. That's nice. But since then, we've had a lower drop rate. I was very lazy there. Gennal just drank herself a nice healing potion. Should have kept that for some other time, but efficiency is the name of the game in killing spiders. I mean, she doesn't have a fear of them at all. She's killed enough in her time now, but it's still not a pleasant sight. So the quicker she's done with this quest, the better. And therefore, making sure that she doesn't have to take any downtime is what she's into right now. I don't want to kill this mage, by the way. I know that we could do if we wanted. That we have the potential to take her out, this troll. But I think it's an unfair fight. 36 versus us at 39. We don't like it when someone picks on us and doesn't pick on someone their own size. So why should we do it to them? Okay, a couple of spiders here. Oh no. Let's soak a bit of damage here. Come on then. It's fine, we'll take this one. It is actually ours. Alright. We have got some damage going on to us. I'm hoping that they only apply it when they come up near, rather than... yeah, okay, this is dangerous now. Okay, ice block. Okay, so one's run away. I'm okay with that. We have 4 seconds left. Let's think about this a lot. Health potion, I think, into blink. Okay, okay, the other one's run away too. What's going on? God, I thought that one was coming for us. Alright, Gennal, sit down, have some mage juice, relax for a bit. Get yourself some lembas bread. Naza, yeah, spiders are a nightmare. Oh my god, but not as much of a nightmare as this guy here, Fart Bombs. What a name. I'm just playing, I don't know if they're actually a nightmare. We shouldn't just assume. They could be a very nice person. Yeah, I have some big issues with spiders. Their netting, oh my gosh. Poisons, wow. But we've just got ourselves ice block. So that is going to be coming in useful here. All right, let's head over to this spider. Oh no. This troll mage has got the right idea actually. Going for it first. I quite like the ambience here as well. It reminds me of whenever I go to a country that isn't the UK. You know, you've got the cicadas in the background making lots of noise. Oh, so you got it. No, we're going to take it. That's fine. Yeah, the cicadas in the background making lots of noise. You don't get that in the UK at all. At all, it's silent. Nighttime is totally silent, which apparently surprises a lot of people that come over here. But whenever I go over to my partner is half Greek, and so whenever we go over there, it's a different world, and I love it. I always love having some background noise to fall asleep to. But in the UK, I have to make my own background noise by farting continuously. I don't do that at all. That's a lie. You know, having a fan on or something else. Sometimes I put a YouTube video on. Not my own. That would be extremely narcissistic. You reach level 40. Well done. Yeah, I sometimes wish that I was okay with changing Gennal's story a little bit to go fire. But just to try it out. But I'm not going to. It makes no sense for her. I have, though, been introducing more of an arcane storyline to Gennal so that we can potentially in the future, if we wanted to, do a bit more arcane. But that's cool. Big crits of Fire Mage, yeah. And you'd be much better suited than I am over here with single target. Single target stuff. God, we're sneaky. We got the hit there. Very sneaky indeed. Brian, you need to put some work in to catch up. You're only level 14. That's true, but relative to where you were yesterday, i.e., you know, very low, 5 or something, that's pretty good work. I mean, that's very good work, actually. But yeah, definitely come catch up, and then you can show me how to AoE, because I think you are on a mage as well, aren't you? Do you know what spec you'll be? I know that you said this yesterday as well, Brian, but the number of players around like these leveling areas or these quest zones is kind of high. It's going to be hard to find mobs, and a large part of me hoped that would change with increased level. You get fewer players the higher you get, and it's true, you do. But as you can see, even around here, I'm spending time between mobs, trying to find the next one. And we have very little mana. Let's just pop a potion. We have so many. Alright, so when they get close, they will poison us. So I think I need to be a bit more careful, because this poison does a lot of damage, actually. Booty Bay is full of hunters and warlocks. You couldn't level there. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about Stranglethorn Vale. I was talking about it a bit earlier. It doesn't make sense for Gennal to go down there. I had no one tell her about the area. I don't think we've come across anyone mentioning Stranglethorn Vale in our travels with Gennal. But it would have been interesting to try it out and see how it's changed with Turtle WoW. But as you say, yeah, I guess it would be very, very popular. Yeah, it seems like there are people that are well versed in this game that, as a mage, just AoE level and don't quest at all. So, yeah, if you're good enough, then absolutely, it seems to be very efficient. The only thing I found though is that there's one area that I saw in. I think you were there as well, actually, Nasa. We found an area in God, where is it? I'm trying to remember what it's called now. One with refuge points. Is it the Arathi Highlands? I think it is. In the Arathi Highlands, and there are just so many people with the same idea of AoE grinding, so it can make it a bit difficult. Oh, I didn't realise we're almost done with this quest. It's fantastic. This is what happens when I have people to talk to in chat. The time just disappears. It's great. Yeah, so many people. It's a blessing and a curse. It should be changing soon, though. I mean, soon enough. I'm hoping that the Southeast Asian server will open. It's often a spider that spawns just up here. Oh, right on top of us. Fantastic. I got a poison off though, didn't he? Also, guys, I think we talked about this before, and I still haven't done anything about it. We are still going to be forming a little guild. So, just a social thing. Nothing more than that. But if you want to be one of the first people to get in on the ground floor, then I'm going to get myself a guild charter next time we're in Stormwind. And some signatures would be fantastic. Ah, you met a Chinese man who told you that in a couple of weeks we should expect a new service. Well, I hope that Chinese man's correct. It's definitely needed. Let's see how many people are online right now. So oh my god, so this time yesterday we were on 2 and there were 5,000 people on, and this time today there are almost 13k on. When I logged in this morning, there was a queue of 1 person. So I was in a queue for half a second. But that's a crazy difference. Why is that? So Nasa, you were saying the other day as well that in China that the government locks down when people can play games, or is it go on the internet? Is it something like that? Do all internet providers close down or something at a certain time, or put a halt on people? Oh god, he got it. Put a halt on people logging in. But yesterday there were less than half the players that are on this morning. Come on, let this be the last one. Just one more eye. He has so many eyes. Gennal, just keep one of them intact. Don't destroy the face. Don't hit the face. Come on. Oh my god, you destroyed the face, Gennal, didn't you? She needs to be more careful. Better accuracy with these spells. Because currently she's just shattering the eyes, or she's boiling them in the skull with the fire blast. She's just not taking this seriously enough. Try again on this one. Games restriction because they want their children to focus more on education. Yeah, I used to work with a couple that came over from China to work in the UK for a year, and they spent their entire life in China beforehand, and it was remarkable the differences in their upbringing compared to ours. I mean, it was alien to them how we did even the most basic things. Like one thing that really surprised me, or maybe it shouldn't have, but we got onto the topic of sex education for some reason, because she was she was fascinated by sex for some reason. And I think it's because they're so sheltered from it. And I don't know, maybe that's a common thing. And in the UK it's a bit different, but I remember when I was young, I was really embarrassed by it, but we had like basic sex education, like really basic stuff. Whereas apparently she didn't know anything about it and had to learn it all after being married. There was nothing on TV. There was nothing like you could be exposed to on the internet for her. So it was something that she just had to come across in maybe one of the worst possible ways. I don't know. It just seemed very old fashioned, but I mean, that's just one example of the tremendous number of differences that there existed between ours and their culture. Okay, so at 9 p.m. for you. Yeah, for me, I thought it was morning, like this sort of time, but it is it's maybe changing. Look at all these infiltrators. This is pretty cool. So these infiltrators are, it looks like they're sort of patrolling around this ogre stronghold. Mongol. I like that, but let's not give away their position by standing right on top of them. Blizzard official servers are designed for 4K players. Yeah, so 12K is super normal on these servers. It's ridiculous. I didn't know that Blizzard's was so low though. I guess because they sort of do phasing as well, and you have multiple servers in a group. That maybe it seems like the areas are busier. I don't know, something like that. I think if they could get it down to like 8K, that would be really nice. I think 8K would be a really manageable number. And they should be able to do that if they have these Southeast Asian servers opening up. Brian, did you come across the tokens that you can get in the starter zone? So the PvP token that gives you 30% extra experience, but PvP is always on. And then the other token, the hardcore token as well. I'm presuming you didn't choose the hardcore token, but did you go for the PvP one? You can get rid of it, I think, as well. I just never have. Right, so we are just heading down to this Lost Point Tower for the Deserters quest. Essentially, this is a follow-on from the Shady Inn quest line. We're trying to find out a bit more about Reeve, the guy whose Theramore badge we found at the Shady Rest Inn. And so we're going to this Deserters Tower to convince Balos Jackin to give us more information about Reeve. Balos, you traitor, tell us more about Reeve.
Did Vime send you? Couldn't do his dirty work himself, could he? Reeve, that coward. We threw him out of the camp because he insisted on raiding the supplies of the ogres up at Brackenwall village. We're not so many in number that we could stand up to those mindless brutes. He crossed the line one too many times, so we left him to fend for himself. Now I helped you out, so why don't you help us out and forget you bumped into us? Okay. So the Brackenwall peoples, which is interesting because we found a Tauren shield rather, at the Shady Rest Inn as well. And up at Brackenwall village are Taurens. Okay, so that's that one. And then we have, okay, that one, no. Right, so 2 more quests to hand in. So back to Jarl over here, Swamplight Manor, and then Theramore Isle as well. We shall do those. But before I do, I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom, so I'll be 1 minute. We are back. Okay. Let's keep running. We're going to cut across country again. Gennal feels like she can do that. She doesn't feel like it's the scary task it used to be when she was a lower level. Although, crocolisks everywhere. I mean, that's scary even for a level 39. Oh god, she's being chased by one. Swamp oozes all over the place. Oh, and a raptor. Okay, she's now regretting her choice to cut across country.
She could likely make for the safety of Tabitha's shack. Maybe she'll do that. Yeah, she will. Ah, you didn't know about those tokens until you passed the area. You can always head back anytime, and you can get them from any starter zone. So if you were to go to the what's it called, the Alliance starter zone, Northshire Abbey, sorry, not Alliance, Stormwind human starting zone. Yeah, so Northshire Abbey, you can get it from there as well. But sometimes, I don't know how I feel about this XP boost. I mean, if you just want to level, then yeah, it's fine, it's good. But at the same time, be prepared to be focused upon a little bit. It can be a bit of an adventure. You keep sitting under tents to boost rested by a bunch. That's news to me. So I had no idea that tents did that. I see them everywhere. I see loads of people sitting under them, but I didn't know why. Is that why? They boost XP. I had no idea. I thought people were just having a party under there. That's mad. And also, look at that guy, Clampjaw. He looks pretty old. Red eyes. Somewhat albino-like. He must have been around for many years. We're going to leave him be. Oh, Anzu. Oh my god. 2 oozes. I wonder what happened. I think an ooze death would be an awful death. They'd integrate you into themselves. I think we found some of the Zeppelin corpse there. There's a Zeppelin around here, just there. And we found a few boxes earlier on the ground, which we can open, but there's nothing in them. So I think it's a horde quest. Oh, look at that. We can see the Tower of Theramore there in the background against the horizon. Ah. Good swim. Look at that, a horse swimming there. Was that normal in Classic? I don't know if it was normal for mounts to swim. I think you got dismounted as you entered the water. Oh god, Gennal, stay away from that young merc thresher. They absolutely adore devouring turtles. Oh look, they replied. They are enjoying their swim. Good. I think there was another friend under the water there. Oh god, a mockshell macvera. They don't enjoy eating turtles. They just enjoy cutting things. So stay away from that too, Gennal. So the tents boost rested XP at a very fast rate, can get a level of rested in about 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. I had no idea. Oh my god, every single time now, whenever I see a tent, I am sitting under a tent. That's ridiculous. Fly Bear. Cool name. Okay, let's hand in these quests. So let's go to Vimes firstly. Vimes should be in here, unless he's gone for a morning stroll. Although, to be honest, they've changed the server time. So the server time is now, it looks like it's Asian time, 8 PM. I don't know why they did that, because it didn't used to be, unless it was just my clock that changed. Maybe in Azerothian time, there's like daylight saving time. Instead of moving time forward by an hour, they move it forward by 11. Maybe that's what they do in Azeroth. Garen Vimes, Captain.
King's honor.
We found the deserter. I will send Lieutenant Cadwell to deal with the deserters at Lost Point. In addition, I will instruct him to find Wreath. The marsh is not so big and trackless that we should be unable to find him.
With honor, friend.
Good. Anything else for us? Alright, Mage. While you were gone, I received a report from Falgren, the scout who I sent to investigate the footprints. He requires your immediate assistance. He set up a camp somewhere close to the border with the Barrens, between Shady Rest and Lost Point. Okay, we'll go meet with him and find out what he has to say. I think we came across him once before, actually. And I think he was facing off with an orc, interestingly. Don't know what he's doing anymore. Maybe he's got a little camp there. But we will go and meet with him. You know, I know that this was a classic quest, but I cannot remember what happens in it. So I'm excited for the nostalgia to keep rolling in. Yeah, are these tents as well? So I know that you can buy stuff in the store. Is it a store item that certain players buy, or is it just something in Turtle WoW that the devs added in? I can imagine it being, you know, something that you buy. One player buys and that, you know, everyone takes advantage of. So we look in the store. Is there gameplay? Store item. You think it's a store item? Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked into it either. I'm trying to find out. Miscellaneous, maybe. Nope, not that. Tents are from the survival profession. You learn it in STV. Oh, I see. So from the survival profession. Okay. I've never looked into that, nor the farming one either. Have you done any of those, Naza? Have you looked at these other professions? Because I remember, God, what was it? I remember when I used to play RuneScape many, many, many years ago. Must have been, you know, less than 15. Maybe 13 or something, 12, 11. And they introduced new professions then. And did they have a survival one? I seem to remember them having something like that. And I quite enjoyed it. You had to do like assault courses and things like that. Yeah. Okay, well, thanks, Hayden. I appreciate that insight. Oh, so survival is a secondary profession like cooking, fishing, and first aid. Tents only need vendor wood and linen cloth. Very easy to make. That is incredible. Okay, very easy to make and yet boost XP so much.
What can I do for you?
Y'all, we're back. We found, or rather, we collected 40 unpopped Dark Mist eyes. Was a struggle. Gennal is, or was, a bit over exuberant with some of her spells. She boiled quite a few of these eyes. You got the eyes, you got the eyes. Tasty, tasty spider eyes. Some eyes, when you stare at them, they stare back. Eat those last. They keep you company out in the swamp. Hello, little spider eyes. Hello. You taste like chicken, gooey, salty chicken. I have cutting to do. I can't tell you what I'm going to cut, but I need myself a blade, a certain blade. Some people call it a moonsteel broadsword. I call it a swing blade. You help me? Maybe you find it in town. Maybe you talk to a blacksmith and he'll make it special. But don't sleep on this. What I'm cutting won't keep forever. Okay, he wants a moonsteel broadsword, apparently. And he's a bit coy about what it is that he wants it for. So I'm not going to ask any more questions. Jarl seems a little bit jittery. As though he may flay or, you know, sort of fly off the handle at any moment. And that's okay. So report from Falgrim, I'm very interested in doing that. And then the blade for Jarl. Okay. So we will go off and do those two. I think it's going to have to be next time, guys. I have to head off very shortly. So I think I'll do it now. We're going to sit Gennal down next to a tree. Let's find ourselves a nice tree. Here we go. Gennal, have a sit down in the bush. Ah, look at that. Nicely camouflaged. And I'm going to say thank you all for joining me. And we'll be back again tomorrow morning, hopefully even earlier. As past few days have been a little bit later. But yeah, so tomorrow morning around about 7 a.m. GMT, we'll try for. And yeah, if you can be there then, that'd be great. So thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.